This is your IPA practice for ELS 100. And again, let's now start our very brief supplementary video. You've remembered that these are the symbols related to consonants and that we will be using them in order to transcribe words in order for us to understand how their pronunciation works. Followed by our next discussion was on vowels, wherein we've also classified them based on high, mid or low, or front, central, or back. Now, in case we still, or you might still get confused on some of the symbols, you may just pause this video for a while and try to go back again to the previous slide. Now, we're now using the so-called International Phonetic Alphabet, or IPA. For the information of everybody, it is an alphabet developed in the 19th century to accurately represent the pronunciation of languages. The IPA class is very wide and it's very broad, but its latest version as up till now is the 2015 IPA. As of the moment, again, this is the latest. Now, one aim of the International Phonetic Alphabet was to provide a unique symbol for each distinctive sound in a language, that is, every sound or phoneme that serves to distinguish one word from another. However, class, we really can't cover the entirety of IPA because of the lack of time, which is why we're now going to teach ourselves first on how to really use transcriptions using the IPA. Now, on transcription class using IPA, we use brackets to enclose phonetic transcription. While there's also another variation wherein slashes are used for phonemic transcription. But first, let's define the two. Phonetic transcriptions class provide more details on how the actual sounds are pronounced. Basically, this will be the transcription we're going to use for the rest of the meetings, and for this reason, for this topic. And on the other hand, the phonemic transcription class represent how people interpret such sounds. In the same way, the phonemic transcriptions provides further details as to how sounds are really pronounced as compared to the phonetics. But as of to this case class, we're now going to look further on phonetic transcriptions in order for us to fully read, as I said, and understand how pronunciation works. Because there might be cases where we're going to read the words with only pure IPA symbols only. Okay? So it's a challenge for everybody. But let's first translate English to IPA before we get to know that. Now, first of all, let's go to phonetic transcriptions. First sample here, we have the word good. Again, we don't say that as good, we say that as good. One more time, good. Next, this is union. Again, union. Next, downhill, downhill. Next, action. Again, we don't say that as action, we say that as action. Next, with. Again, with. Not with, but with the S sound on the last part. Next would be education. Again, education. Now, before we move further, as you can remember from last time, the schwa sound is a versatile vowel sound that is being used in phonetic transcriptions. For the case of edge, this one, if you notice, if I pronounce it again, it will sound as if it's a schwa, education, right? Meaning to say, class, your schwa sound can be used to replace if in case you're not comfortable with the sound, you may use again the schwa sound to replace this one. So either of the two, whether you use this symbol or the schwa sound, it's still applicable. Don't worry about it, okay? But again, the schwa sound does not appear in all words or may not appear in all words, so better be careful also. So in case you're also not sure about it, try to pronounce it one more time by yourself and sound naturally. Again, education. Next, looking, not looking, looking. Airplanes. Again, not airplanes, not airplanes, airplanes. Make sure to make the Z sound on the last part sound. Airplanes. Finally, we have making. Again, making. Now, for this, since we now know the basics of phonetic transcriptions, let's now have a quick exercise. Now, I have prepared for you 2 sets of practice exercises where we can try to write them in phonetic transcriptions. So remember, use the brackets here. So I'll be giving everybody a minute just to look onto this one and try to write carefully. A minute or 2 may do for this one. Right, we now start. While you are writing, kind of make sure that, again, put in your mind that IPA transcription is also related to the English orthography or the English spelling. So on how you make the spelling of each word, sometimes it's related as to how it's written. But again, class, don't be misled or fooled by spelling alone, okay? Another 30 seconds. Okay, I think we're done it. Now, let's now try to look into the answers. Here we go. First one, wish. Next, friend. Now, for some who might ask, why don't we use the inverted 3 here? Okay. Now remember, class, we don't say that as friend, unless of course you're just wanting to extend that because of situational context. But still, we say that as friend. A bit fast. Okay. Next, blood. I think you can also remember this based from our discussion. Again, this is blood. And if you can also notice, this is only 1 syllable. So therefore we use this one as the schwa. Next, penny. Again, penny. Next, attract. Again, attract. Now, I have not placed the stress symbol here. I have forgot to place this one. But if you try to notice, attract, the stress is on tract, right? So which is why you put the stress symbol before T, because it's the starting point of creating the stress. So attract, that's how you say it, okay? Remember also to put the stress symbol every time you make the phonetic transcription. In the case of 1 syllabic word, okay, you just put the stress symbol on the first part, just like wish, friend, blood, and so on and so forth. And we have opposites. Now, for some reason, we can say this as opposites, and if we can't write the symbol for this one, or if we have seen other transcriptions use this, that's fine. But still, for this case, class, we're just going to use the regular A since it's also acceptable. Now again, this might be opposites. You can also use this symbol or even say opposites, right? That's still acceptable, class. Next in line, let's now go to practice exercise number 2. Okay. This time, we'll make it a bit quick, okay? minute. Again, if you're also unsure of how you make the IPA transcription, try to pronounce it for yourself. Need, milk, fence, thought, crying, greener. Again, let me repeat that for you for better reference. Need, milk, fence, thought, crying, greener. Hope that helps. Last 10 seconds, everybody. Okay, time's up. Let's now try to check. First, we have need. We don't say that as need. That's different. Again, that's need, long. Next would be milk. Next would be fence. Next, thought. Again, we don't say that as thought. We say that longer. Thought. Crying. Again, crying. Greener. Again, greener. That's your practice exercise number 2 class. Now, I'll be giving everybody an assignment which you can try just for a sentence, but I also want you to transcribe for each word. See if that works. Okay? Now, this is a very common sentence, usually thought, or thought, if we are to pronounce it much more carefully, thought, thought. This is your assignment. Transcribe the following sentence. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog on the other side of the river. Again, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog on the other side of the river. Again, I just pronounced the entire sentence. You may just rewind if you think there's a need for you to rewind that to again make your transcriptions better. Last, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog on the other side of the river. Your deadline for this one will be on November 3, 2021, 5 o'clock p.m. Now, class, in order for you to do this, instead of writing this or making this typewritten, I want you now to write this on a paper. Better to use short cotton bond for this activity so that, again, your writing will be clear as much as possible. Afterwards, you may send a picture to the portal which will be provided after this video. I hope you have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you again on our next synchronous time.